Hey, y'all, say y'all. Peace and Palo Santo Sticks family. It's your girl, Divinely Lika. And today, we're doing a love reading for the collective. Love reading for the collective. So, tap in, tap in, tap in. Alright, we're going to get right into it. Divine Spirit Guides, Angels, Ancestors, Cosmic Family of the brightest love, light, healing, and prosperity. Please give me clear and accurate messages for the collective. What is it that their Divine Spirit Guides, Angels, and Ancestors want them to know at this time? And just allow me to tap into their energy in regards to love. What's going on in love for the collective? Please just block out any interferences as I get these messages across. And protect my space. Protect my crown chakra. Open up my third eye chakra. Open up my third chakra as well so I can accurately interpret the messages that come out today, and to allow me to dive deeper into my intuition and get further clarification of the cards that come out today as well, Spirit. Any evil eye being sent my way or to the way of the collective, please just return it back to sender, magnify it, and bind it to them. Thank you so much, Spirit. Ashe, Ashe, and Ashe. I don't feel like I got a real good shuffle yet. Okay, that one was kind of good. I hope everybody is doing amazing during this intense, fiery. Okay, so we have a lot of actually have a lot going right now. Astrological New Year. We have new moon in Aries that just passed, and it's Aries season. So it's just a lot of energy going on right now, which is why I want us to get tapped in with this love thing and see what's going on. All right, Spirit, clear and accurate messages for the collective. Clear and accurate messages for the collective. What's going on in regards to love? First card we have is the Grim Reaper. This relationship is over. No second chances. Grow and transform your life. All right, let's see what's going on. Why did this happen? Heartbroken, deeply hurt, sad, separation, breakup, feeling lost, grieving, mourning. Hold up, because I don't feel like I show y'all the cards. Just get to it. So we have Grim Reaper. This relationship is over. No second chances. And then we have heartbroken, following up right after. Deeply hurt, sad, separation, breakup, feeling lost, grieving, mourning. So you're probably not feeling the greatest right now, collective. And Spirit is just saying, oh wait, I want to take the time to say this. I understand that all of my messages are time fluid, so they may apply to past, present, or future. I may say he, meaning she, say she, meaning he. I may say you, and I'm actually talking about your person. I may be talking about your person, but I'm really talking about you. So just flip and switch the roles as they apply to your situation, and please use your discernment. All right, but I am getting this feeling like, maybe you're in a, just not the greatest of energy right now. Like, this may have been a relationship that you thought would go the distance. Wow. Okay, and then we have Healing Heart. Wow, it's like really heavy energy. I'm sorry, collective. I really am sorry that this is what you're going through right now. So it says healing from heartbreak, freedom from toxic relationship or addiction. So it does look like this was absolutely something that you were supposed to leave behind. As crazy as it may sound, y'all, like, we need bad relationships. And I know it's like, it sucks to say that, like, especially if you're somebody who is like in the midst of the hurt. It's like, how can you tell me that I deserve this or I needed this? But a lot of these relationships are meant to teach us a number of different things. Sometimes it can be about, not so willingly giving our power away to people. It can be maybe something about this relationship showed you different things that you were maybe more insecure about than what you realized. It may have triggered some inner child wounds, just something within yourself that maybe you need to heal. So yeah, but I feel like we can get some more of that in a read in a moment when I pull some more cards. But give me a second, y'all, because I just realized at this point, we're about to switch my name from Divinely Lika to Ashy Hands, because every time I'm on here, I realize my hands are ashy, but these are chocolate people problems, okay? And this just means that I wash my hands frequently, and I'm home, so it ain't like, if you're home, you're not throwing lotion on your hands every time you wash your hands. I don't care what nobody says. I highly doubt it. And if so, Like, I really love you for how much you prioritize self-care. But I'm sorry, I don't put lotion on a million times throughout the day when I'm washing my hands. I just don't. But give me a second, y'all. All right, so what I am seeing, though, even though it is saying healing from broken heart. I mean, well, it does say you're healing your heart. So you are in the process of a healing process. Maybe you were in a really heartbroken process, but maybe days are actually starting to look a little bit brighter for you now. The biggest thing that I want to take away from this healing heart, though, card is that freedom from toxic relationship. That freedom word is just like, it's holding a lot of weight to me right now, because this, I'm just feeling like you were this isn't a relationship that you actually, what's so crazy, y'all? Sometimes we get out of these relationships and we feel like we're just so down and out and we're unhappy and we're sad, like really feeling like we miss this person. And don't get me wrong, you may miss the person, but sometimes when we really take the time to sit and reflect on what made this person so great, and like, or weighing the pros to the cons, you start to realize that it's you that actually put this person on a pedestal. That they may have not have been all that special to begin with. You know what I'm saying? And then what you miss may not even be so much the person. It may just be the routine. Anything you do repetitiously over and over and over again, and then it just comes to an abrupt stop, or it stops, it's gonna hurt. It is gonna break your heart to an extent. Rather it's something really good for you or something bad for you. You know what I'm saying? It's not gonna be a pleasant transition. Tell me more, Spirit. The Golden Mirror, self-absorbed narcissist, one-sided relationship, love bombing. So yeah, it looks like you were in a relationship with a narcissist, or you were the narcissist. Flip and switch the roles as they apply to your situation, because maybe you left somebody heartbroken and that person's healing their heart. But it does look like this was a very one-sided relationship. So like, remember I was saying like that freedom word is like, it's just holding a lot of weight. Like, it's screaming to me for some reason. I feel like you didn't feel a level of freedom in that relationship. Like, you know what I'm saying? You felt, especially if it's a relationship with a narcissist, it can be a very draining relationship, because it's typically a relationship where you're doing so much of pouring into another person, and the narcissists are takers. So they'll just allow you to keep pouring into them. They'll allow you to keep self-sacrificing and everything else to please them. It's like going down a rabbit hole. Oh, didn't mean to do that, but it says healthy choices. Making healthy choices in love and in life, self-love, self-care, being happier. So it does look like like I said, it looks like you're transitioning out of this really dark energy. Maybe you've come to the point where you understand that this relationship wasn't healthy for me. If you were dealing with a narcissist, nothing about this relationship was healthy. And unfortunately, narcissists aren't people that really see anything wrong with themselves. They do lack a level of empathy. So it is very hard. They lack a level of empathy, and it is typically a relationship where you are not going to get closure from the other person. More times than not, it's going to be a situation where you have to get closure in the fact that you're come to an understanding that you're actually not going to get closure from that person. And the closure is just the things that transpired in this relationship. But as far as trying to get across, like, wow, you did X, Y, and Z to me, and that really hurt, and I did so much for you, and you don't appreciate it. When you're dealing with somebody who's narcissistic, they lack empathy. And they are very much so self-centered. So they don't even really see all the things that you've done for them. And then they kind of need a supply. So typically they have a side or a fallback person. So it's typically a situation where it's like, boom, y'all were together, then y'all break up and they're already in another relationship. And you're like, what the hell? Did I not mean anything to you? The reality is the best way to describe a narcissist is that, I'm not going to say they don't love. I think they do understand the love feeling. The issue is they don't typically love you. They love what you can do for them. They love the way that you can make them feel. But as far as loving you, to pour into you, or to ever sacrifice themselves the way you sacrifice yourself, no. Just no. And, rather people really understand it or not, narcissists, I mean, some people look at it as just a dark, demonic energy. I look at it as somebody who has abandonment, who has been abandoned as well, also has abandonment issues, is very, very insecure. They have a very fragile ego, which is why they typically do need people to pour into them to feel like something about themselves. A narcissist can never really feel good about themselves by themselves. They need other people to make them feel good about themselves. So they're actually very, very, even though they come off with this real cocky, I can get whoever I want type of attitude, the reality of the situation is they wouldn't know what to do with themselves if they didn't have anybody to run to. Sitting with themselves, making healthy choices like in love and life, self-love, self-care, being happier, they will never go within. Typically, they won't. I'm not going to say none don't, because there are, it's like a community I keep coming across on YouTube where there are certain men who are going to therapy for, narcissistic tendencies or narcissistic behavior patterns, and a lot of them say that it's a lot of them will identify that that's just how they are and they'll always be that way, but what therapy is doing is just bringing them awareness to their ways, which is like a first step. But yeah, so the next one was we have sabotage, rebuilding, integration, repetitive, persistent, working on it. And then we have addiction, codependent, obsession, possession, controlling, has a block, restraint. I feel like this was your issue in the relationship. And when I said earlier how I said we need these bad relationships, codependency is also, this one actually blew me away, okay? This theory kind of blew me away, and it kind of made sense, right? So the way it was described to me is that a narcissist, okay, and a codependent, like obsessive person, they actually both have narcissistic tendencies, right? So they are both people who have very little self-worth or lack a lot of self-worth. They are both people who are very insecure. Now, a narcissist is somebody who takes and takes and takes from people to feel good about themselves. It's about how much somebody can do for them that makes them feel good about themselves. And a person who is codependent, they are, and this one gets a little tricky because a person will be like, how am I codependent when I've done so much out of the bottom, like from the bottom of my heart? But in most cases, you've probably done a lot of things that they didn't ask you to do either. So you willingly sacrifice your needs. You willingly sacrifice yourself to cater to this person's needs. And it's like you do it because you want to be worthy. Like you want to be deemed worthy. You want to be deemed a fit partner. You want to be deemed as lovable. So you give and you give and you give and you give and you give for that self-gratification. And then you have the narcissist who takes and takes and takes and takes and takes. So there was one point in time before you came to the realization of how much this relationship was actually draining you, that you thought that you guys were a perfect match. And the reality of the situation is that a narcissist and a codependent person is actually a perfect match. Especially if you're an empathetic codependent person. They lack empathy. You have empathy. You like to give, give, give. They like to take, take, take. So it's just a perfect two piece. It just fits together like a puzzle piece. But the reality of the situation is they will suck you dry. You will be affected much more in this relationship than they do, just because they lack the depth. Their heart chakra is very much so closed off. And they lack empathy where you don't. So they do have the upper hand, but they're actually both, the way it was explained to me, they're both forms of narcissism. And actually, when it was broke down to me the way I broke it down to you, and I'm not coming down on anybody because I am a codependent person. I'm somebody who's actually in the process of healing from codependency. It is something that starts in your childhood. And what's so crazy is, like, they say like attracts like. And meaning there is something within you there's something mutual within the two of you, within the two of you, that drew you two together. Now some people will be like, how? I've never been a cheater, I've never been selfish, I've never been that. That's not really what it means. So much so is that you marry each other in form of the actions, you marry each other in form of the trauma. So you both may have the same childhood trauma of maybe a fear of abandonment or not. And it doesn't have to be like the childhood trauma, or when I say that people need to do inner child healing, it doesn't always have to be like sexual abuse or emotional abuse or physical abuse or verbal abuse. It can just be like somebody wasn't there to cater to your emotional needs. You felt alone a lot of times. You felt like you had to process a lot of your emotions by yourself or figure out how to process them. And you know, a lot of our parents just weren't really equipped to help us process our emotions because they never had anybody do it for them either. So you have these two people who, you know, maybe didn't really feel like they had their parents there for them the way they needed to be there for them in their childhood. So when they come into relationships, now they want that more than anything. So it's either you have the codependent person that just wants to be loved, so you give, and give, and then you have this narcissist, and it's like the childhood trauma can literally turn these people either way. Either it can be the result. It can result in either a very empathetic codependent person, or it can result in a very narcissistic person. Narcissistic is just like the colder way out. This is somebody who has built an ego and built their pride up so much so they can never be hurt again, like they were in their childhood. And then you have that you're doing everything you can. You're fighting as hard as you can to not be hurt again like you were in your childhood. Or maybe to not be unseen the way you were in your childhood. So what draws you to each other, the like that attracts like, is the trauma. The only difference is that you guys cope with your traumas differently. Hence why I say bad relationships are needed. Because sometimes if you're not in a bad relationship, if you don't end up in this energy, you don't fall to this energy where you have nothing left but you and your heart or your memories, it forces you to have to go within. The answers lie within. The healing lies within. So, yeah, that's just what I'm seeing, collective. Yeah, that's what I'm seeing, collective. Anything else, Spirit? Sunglasses. Watching, looking, stalking, gaslighting, perception, focusing out. If you're dealing with a narcissist, there is something called the... Shit. Let me think of it. Hoovering stage. I would honestly tell people to look up narcissists because I don't think some people... I know for me... I didn't know. I was also with a narcissist. I didn't know. Like, I think I remember a time that I was arguing with my ex, and I was like, you're a narc. Like, you're a freaking narc. And I said it on some, like, yeah, he gaslights or he doesn't like to take accountability. And I kind of just thought that was the depths of it until I actually really looked into the traits, the character traits of a narcissist, and I realized just how damaging being in one of those relationships can be. So, you know, you may have this situation where you leave the narc alone. It's like, I'm done. And you turn your back and it's like, I'm not dealing with you no more. That's it. Like, I'm cool. I'm tired of pouring in. I'm tired of giving so much of myself. All you do is take. You don't appreciate me. Every time I turn around, you talking to somebody else or you focus on something else. You know, I break up with you because I feel like you don't appreciate me. And then when I break up with you, you just run to somebody else. You don't even feel bad for what it is that you've done to me. And, you know, you may get to a point where you're actually done. And you decide, you know what? I'm cool. I'm turning my back to the situation. I'm moving the hell forward. And I'm going to make healthier choices for myself. And then they're like, this person's happy without me. How dare they not be heartbroken and hurt without me? Yeah, I understand that I'm not really a heartbroken person, but like, what happened? Like, you used to pour into me, you used to do so much for me, and now you're just walking away. You're walking away. At one point, I used to have your heart chained. Like, you used to drag your heart around about me. You were addicted to me. Now you're making healthier choices. You want to rebuild yourself and become a better person now? Like, when? What? How? Why? And then now it's the hoovering stage. And the hoovering stage is now they're going to start calling and texting and everything else. And it has very little to do with them missing you, and very much so to do with the fact that they just want to know that they still have access to you, because that's what's going to stroke their ego. Actually, it strokes their ego knowing that you're hurt over them. This has come from the mouth of a narcissist. Someone who was aware that they're a narcissist. It came from this man's mouth. He said it. We actually get satisfaction out of you being hurt because it shows the impact that we have. And it's a very dark, and he'll admit that it's very dark and disgusting and everything else, but those are the traits of a narcissist. So the hoovering, the trying to see what you're doing and who you messing with, and calling and texting and driving past your place of employment or whatever it may be, it's not because, oh, I miss you, I want you back so bad. And maybe they can want you to an extent, but it's not for any good purposes. It's more of the stroke of the ego of knowing that I still have access to you. Tell me more, Spirit. The runner. Runner in a codependent relationship, fear of intimacy, listening to ego. Runner. So I feel like a narcissist is also a very codependent person. I just feel like a person who's just codependent, they're typically codependent to one particular person at a time, where a narcissist is just codependent, period. Like, they will just hop from one person, next person, next person, where the codependent person, the one who actually whose heart space is actually open, they are somebody who is going to be very codependent to the person that they fell in love with. Not to just any and everybody. So that's giving me the this is the narcissist energy is what I'm getting. So all in all, I'm just hearing it's time for you to make some better choices for yourself. This may be a season of you just taking the time to reflect on, why was this person sent into my life? And, read the reason being why codependents typically get linked up, codependent or empaths usually get linked up with a narcissist, it has a lot to do with your power. You possess a lot of power within you, but you give it away too easily. You give it away regardless if a person has earned it or not. I begin so tongue-tied. Regardless as if a person earned it or not, you give it away too freely. So this is about you learning how to stand back in your power. I'm going to let you know now, as somebody who struggles with codependency, the chakras that are very, very important for you to work on is going to be those lower chakras, that root chakra, that sacral chakra, that solar plexus chakra. Through, I would say, yoga, meditation, those things are very helpful, and I would just YouTube it. Sacral chakra, root chakra yoga, sacral chakra, and you want to do it in those order: root, sacral, solar plexus. Okay, definitely want to do it in those orders. I would say really do all of them, but those lower chakras, when it comes to somebody that needs to do inner child healing, somebody who needs to heal from codependency, because this is something that is typically triggered and created through childhood traumas. It's really important to focus on those bottom three. Okay. Spirit, is there anything else coming in love for the collective? Anything new coming in love? I really don't want to channel that for you personally, because I just don't feel like that's what I want you to focus on. I feel like you focusing on yourself is more important than anything right now. There's actually a lot of beautiful cards in here. I haven't got one for this spread yet. Outside of the healthy choices. The chaser. Yeah. Yep. Unhealthy. We have the runner and the chaser dynamic. Both, it's codependency all over this spread. Runner and codependent relationship, fear of intimacy, listening to ego. You remember I said this is the narc? The chaser and codependent relationship, fear of abandonment issues. This is why you guys fit together so perfectly. He runs, you chase. You've given so much more in this relationship than this person has. This hurts my heart. This hurts my heart because I've been here. I feel this one really deeply. Back of the deck, we have love. Unconditional love, self-love, oneness, passions, affection, attraction. This is what Spirit wants you to get back to. That beautiful big heart that you have, that you just want somebody to love. You just want somebody to give it to, right? That really deserves it and really appreciates it. That's all you want. But Spirit is saying that in order for you to actually attract that love that you desire, you got to give it to yourself first, babes. That's all. Got to give it to yourself. Pour it back into yourself. Easier said than done, especially if, like, you know, this is like something that's been triggered from childhood. You're an adult person, and maybe you've been in a particular pattern for so long, and it's like, well, I just don't really know how to go about things any differently. You know, Spirit is saying you're going to have to force yourself to be in this energy of just being with yourself, loving yourself, learning yourself. Because here's the thing. There's two different versions of us, okay? There is the unhealed version of you, and there's the healed version of you. And the healed version of you attracts some really amazing people. The version of you filled up with self-love attracts people who deserve you. Attracts people that are more of your vibrational match. Attracts people that deserves this big old heart that you have that's too big to carry sometimes. You know? Yeah, babes. That's all. That's all. That's all. This ain't even nothing to get sad about. It's really not. Bad relationships are needed. Because who's to say, like, let's say you didn't get in this bad relationship and you spent all your life being a codependent person, somebody who just, I fear abandonment, and I have to give, and I just have to love them so much because I just don't want them to leave me. If I don't overextend myself so much, so you are draining, you're loving so much. I know this because I've been here. When you're codependent, and you have a fear of abandonment, you are going to give so much of yourself just to be loved back. So much so that you're not going to take care of your personal needs. If you have any personal goals or plans or aspirations, they're getting pushed to the back burner because your life is so geared around, is my person happy? Is my person happy? Is my person happy? That you fall on the wayside, especially if you end up with somebody who's not a healthy person. So understand how beautiful this situation was. Understand that this is what you needed. So you can understand that all this power and love that you have, that it's actually time to give it to yourself. That it's time for you to do some healing. Go within, do some inner child healing. And you know what I felt was really good for me? And y'all, I didn't realize. It's crazy because I've heard the saying, like, inner child healing so much. And I'm like, you know, sometimes we have this mentality that, you know, well, time heals all wounds. I'm 35 years old. There's no way somebody's going to sit here and tell me that I have to heal from something that happened when I was 6 or 7 years old. But unfortunately, yeah, it's the truth. See, here's the thing. Sometimes we feel like time heals all wounds, and actually not the truth. Time can make you forget the wound a little bit. Time can make you forget about what happened that hurt you. And you're not gonna, but let's be honest, do we really forget about it? We may have, what happens is we just create more memories since that tragedy, that it kind of drowns it out, but it never really goes anywhere if it isn't addressed or healed the appropriate way. And the reality of the situation is our first experiences with love starts in childhood. Your first representation of love starts in childhood. The next time you get to get another representation of love again comes through romantic, like a romantic relationship. At least that deep level love, like you had with your parents or whatever, or who your parents or whoever your parental figures were, because all of us didn't have actual mom and dads as our parents. Yeah. So, yeah, we need these relationships to go back and reflect on. Maybe some things that we need to heal within ourselves. But boom, that's the point that I was trying to make, and I lost it. I didn't realize how important inner child healing was for me until what I did, and I really suggested you do this. I wrote a letter to me as a kid. Like, I wrote a letter to me as a kid, and I was like bawling my eye. I'm like, I really cried like a baby, and I just kept saying, wow, this is so fucking sad. Like, you didn't feel heard, you felt lost, you didn't feel like you fit in, you felt like an outsider, you felt alone amongst people, you felt alone, you felt lost, you felt a lot of stuff that just didn't make sense and wasn't fair to me. I experienced early on as a kid. I've experienced a lot. That's actually what I know why what I'm doing right now, the purpose that I'm standing in. I am the wounded warrior. You know what I'm saying? I don't even consider myself wounded anymore because I've healed so much. But I am the person who was supposed to experience actually several different layers of heartache throughout my life so that I can, and yes, several layers of heartache throughout my life and still be this beautiful light being that wants to just love and spread love and wants to see love for other people and healing and light and joy for other people. I was supposed to experience these things and it not deter me from this beautiful heart that I still have, so then I can then go back and share my experiences to be able to bring these type of messages to people that need them. Because here's the thing. Say that you just completely disregard my reading today. Okay? You disregard it. Okay, yeah, blah, 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 blah. Codependency. I need to heal. I fear abandonment. Whatever, you know? And you say, the lesson that I get from this situation is this: I'll never be with a narcissist again. I will never ignore another red flag, and I'll never be with a narcissist again. Here's the thing. You don't spend the time to heal. And this is just the reality. This is the actual factual. You don't go within. You don't spend the time to heal. You don't reflect on why this person was brought into your life to show you about different things you need to heal within yourself and why you shouldn't be giving your power out again. What is going to happen is you're going to attract the same demon in a different body. I promise you this. I promise. You want to heal yourself, because here's the thing. When you're in a relationship like this so much, once you leave this relationship, I promise you, the frequency that you're vibrating at is so low. The last thing you want to do is go back out into the dating pool and attract somebody from that frequency. You want to pull out, go within, build yourself back up so then you can attract somebody from a higher frequency. Because at that lower frequency, that's where the narcissists lie. The insecure, the lost, the looking for some type of quick satisfaction through a person. That's where those lower energies lie. And that's not where you want to vibrate out anymore. Okay, so let's just get some final messages. I think this has been a very powerful message so far. You got this, collective. I got it. We got it. Because honestly, I've been here. I'm on the journey with you. But because I've done a lot of surrendering to the process, I'm healing very fast. I feel like healing takes long because a lot of people don't want to surrender to it. A lot of people want to numb it. Like, you know, you want to numb it with, well, Spirit is making me, grab these cards. Do I want to though? I kind of want to do more of a personal deck because I feel like, okay, I'm just going to pull from here too. And then if I'm led to go to a personal deck after, I will. But, oh, shit, I lost my fucking train of thought. I lost it, y'all. I We got this, y'all. Just know that we got it. Boom. That's what it was. Yeah. So what happens is a lot of times that makes people's healing process take forever. Number one, people replay the events that happen in their head over and over and over again. Now, do I believe you need to feel to heal? Absolutely. Do I believe that you have to reflect on the relationship to understand what this person was, why you attracted this person into your life to learn these lessons? Yes, I do. I believe that that's important. I also believe, y'all, I'm actually very tired. I'm just trying to like power through. So I'm like getting my downloads and I'm losing them, and then I'm going to get it back. Just give me a minute. Give me a minute. I lost it for a second. Damn, I lost it. If only I could pause and rewind, right? Too bad I can't because I'm recording. And if I watch this back later, I'm going to be like, oh, yeah, that's what it was. Yeah, I can't remember. Last thing I remember said is just like, you don't want to, oh, boom. Okay, golly. Damn, that took a long time. Yeah, so it's, what's going to help you heal the fastest. I mean, honestly, to me, there's really no expiration date on healing. Sometimes you can feel like you've healed, and then you can have like a really good day, even good week, good month, and then something will trigger and you realize you have a day where like you're just really freaking sad. But I think what slows down the healing process is, or it makes it harder for people, is one, they reflect on why you met the person, blah, 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 why they were sent to you, what you need to learn about yourself, what you need to heal within yourself, boom. But what people do is they replay the hurt over and over again. I just can't believe and I'm letting you know now, if you did with a narcissist, you're never gonna understand why they did what they did. You have to understand that you're dealing with a person that lacks empathy, who has really no regards to your feelings. You can't really, hopefully you were able to understand a narcissist a little bit more just based off of me going in depth like I did. I don't feel like every reader is going to do that like I did today. It says, look deep within your heart and you will feel my love. My love for you is deep as the ocean. I feel like this is an ancestor, a past loved one. But yeah, playing outdated thinking, like playing certain events over and over and over again in your head, it doesn't help you heal, because the problem is we have to understand that the body does not know the difference between a current hurt and a hurt from like 10 years ago. Because, you ever have a situation where you're having a conversation with somebody about something that maybe happened to you, like, oh, what happened to you and such, and you probably ain't dealt with this person in 3 years, but you just ain't seen this person in a long time, and they're like, yeah, so how's such and such been doing? And you like, man, I've been stopped messing with them because they stole from me and they had the nerve to da-da-da-da-da and blah, 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 blah. Then they gonna call my mom, they gonna slander my name to such and such and such and such. You can literally feel yourself. You can feel your heart racing a little bit, and you can also feel yourself getting angry again, almost as if it's happening right now. It's because the body doesn't know the difference between past and present hurt. So when you're playing what this person did, I can't believe I did so much for him, I did so much for her, she didn't appreciate it, and blah, 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 and this, that, and the third. You're not healing because you just keep triggering your body over and over again. Keep triggering your heart over and over again. Feeling it over and over. Reliving it over and over and over and over and over and over. And if you're replaying the event over and over again, you definitely can't heal from it. Right? So there's that's the biggest thing that I feel stands in the way of everybody's healing. The two is trying to looking at the situation as only reflecting on what the person did wrong to you and not the lesson in the situation, which is overall the blessing in the situation. There's that. And then the last one is just not surrendering to the process of healing. I feel like people will be like, this hurts so bad, so it's like, I'm gonna numb it. I'm gonna numb it by drinking and smoking, or going out and being in the club all the time, or getting up under another person to try to get over that person. I feel like that is what makes healing take longer, trying to distract yourself from the pain. So when you really surrender to the process and allow yourself to feel it, allow those dark emotions, those bad emotions to surface, then you actually end up healing much faster from the situation. It says, don't make decisions based on guilt or what you think you should do, for it is only being true to yourself that you can be true to others. So this is, like I said, they say codependency is a form of narcissism as well. Because, you know, you're somebody who's, it's not like you don't care, you're not a person who doesn't give from you know, a good place in your heart, but you give more so out of fear of being abandoned. So therefore, you kind of do things with ulterior motives as well. The same way this person probably had an ulterior motive to take from you. You get in the relationship and you have a kind of an ulterior motive that I'm going to do this and I'm going to do so much for you that you never want to leave me. And that isn't really genuine. I had to face that, because you have to understand that I'm not coming down on you. I'm somebody who's been through this too. And I had to come to that realization of, damn, I guess some things I didn't really do from the bottom of my heart. I'm a very genuine person, but some of the stuff I felt was like too much. Like I could have did less and still said that I did a lot for that person. So some of it was definitely just me looking for a certain gratification. Absolutely. I can see that theory. I can see how that theory made sense. So yeah. It says friendship. Nurture the bond of friendship within your relationship and you will love your life, and your love life will dramatically improve. Says new beginning, a new adventure awaits. Embrace it and live your dreams passionately. And it says luck is on your side. Examine what is causing you to feel this way. No, it does not say that. It says look inside yourself. So friendship, I'm going to be honest. Friendship is going to be, I feel like you're going to meet a person who's going to start off as a friendship and it's going to and then turn into a relationship. Certain cards I don't like to read too much into. Or yeah, that's what I believe. But this is the overall starting energy of the reading, which is the Grim Reaper. There is no bringing that relationship back. Please don't even try to go back to that. Don't get me wrong, you have free will to do what you want, but after being revealed in this reading that you are dealing with a narcissist, there is nothing you're going to do to get the love that you want back from this person. Unless they come to the realization that, damn, I'm a narcissist and I need some type of help. And even then, it's a pattern that's been built. Like this character has been built for so long. It typically takes narcissists a very long time. Like from what I've seen for the men who have admitted, like, you know, I'm a narcissist. I'm somebody who's working on healing from it. They'll say to themselves, I still have narcissistic tendency. Even though I go to therapy, I've been going to therapy for over a year. I still have narcissistic tendencies. I'm just aware of them now. And I don't feel like you deserve the poor. I feel like something is so much better in store for you. So, you know, your spirit guides, your ancestors are telling you to just look inside yourself. Look inside yourself. Go within so you don't have to go without. You know, make some healthier choices for yourself. I don't want to pull anything left from this card. I'm going to pull one final card for this reading and then I'm going to close it out. And I think I want to use this one. So this one is my angel and ancestor oracle cards. I really just want to know, like, you know, we all have guardian angels and, you know, spirit guides. I just want to know what specific advice they have for you to take away from this reading, because, you know, you've been through a lot. You have been through a lot. And as somebody who struggles with abandonment issues, breaking up with people, even when the relationship is bad for you, is really freaking hard. It's such a messed up feeling to have to admit to yourself, like, I'm hurting because I let go, because I'm choosing to make the healthier choice not to continue on with a person who is actively hurting me. That's why abandonment issues and codependency, it's so detrimental to heal from. Because do you realize how unhealthy that is to chase a person who hurts you relentlessly? That shit sucks, bro. It sucks so bad. I feel it so heavy because I've been here. It sucks to be the one chasing a person who fucking hurts you. Because that's how much self-worth that we lack. That's how much we have to build ourselves back up and use this big, grand, beautiful heart we have to give it back to us. We've given so much of our power away, that we've given so much of our power to the other person, that when they leave or we detach from that person, we feel powerless. Sad. And it's sad. But we gonna get through it. Cause I'm an empath. So me going through this reading with you, I'm naturally just gonna feel it. I channel energy. So unfortunately, I have no choice but to feel your energy. Like me being an empath and then a spiritual channel, a energetic channel, I can't not feel people's energy. So, especially for a person who's hurting, because I am an empath, meaning I'm an empathetic person. So naturally, I'm going to feel it with you. But as somebody who has made it to the happier side, the better and brighter days, it does get better. You just got to go through it, babe. Just go through it. Because there is, like, it's the storm. It can be a storm. It is gonna, like, to me, it looked like you're in the midst of the storm. But like I said, my messages are time fluid. So these apply to past, present, or future. But there's light at the end of that tunnel. After the rain and then the storm brings new life. Flowers are blooming. Birds are chirping. See the rainbow. Got butterflies and it's beautiful stuff. So we're all around you. And then you're going to look back like, oh my God. Like, finally. I'm so happy that I made this decision, this healthy choice for myself. I'm so happy that I did it. All along, I always deserved the love that I'm feeling for myself right now. And you know what's going to happen? You're going to meet your forever person. That's what's going to happen. That is specifically what's going to happen. All right. All right. Oh shit, I didn't say anything to these cards when I shuffled. Divine Spirit, guides, angels, ancestors, cosmic family, ascended masters of the brightest love, light, healing, prosperity, and protection. Please give me clear and accurate messages for the collective. What advice can we give them to close out this reading as they go through this process of inner child healing and self-love journey? What advice can we give them to take away from this relationship, from this reading today? Please protect my space as I get these messages across and block out any interferences. Any evil I have been sent to the way of me or my listeners, return it back to sender magnified and bind it to them. So I need to say that. Because this is what the enemy don't want you to know. You stay in the darkness when you don't heal certain things within yourself. You can't find the real light within you if you don't heal. So I gotta make sure I'm doing that return to sender when it comes to them evil eyes, because I ain't playing about it. Okay? All right, let's see what's going on. Am I surprised to see it? Absolutely not. We have retreat, hermit, retreat and recharge, hermit card. This is all about looking inside yourself, being one within yourself, getting out of your head, coming back into your body. You need to get in your body. I feel like you might be somebody that just keeps replaying what happened. I just can't believe I thought this was my forever person. I thought. I can't believe he or she did this to me. I can't believe they don't even care. And if you're dealing with a narc, like, you're definitely in a situation where you left this person behind because it was best for you, but you'll sit there and say to yourself, they don't even seem fazed by it. So then it makes you feel it'll make you feel abandoned, even though you may be the person who left this person alone. I've been here. I've been the person who said, I can't take this anymore. I'm done. And it's like, wow, you're not going to come back for me? And then I start feeling abandoned. And it's feeling abandoned. And it's just because when you're codependent, you give so much of your power away. All that extra love that you're pouring into the person that they're not asking for, all this extra love that you're giving to this person because out of fear that they may leave you, or out of fear that you may lose their love, it's actually a form of giving your power away. So when they leave, you start to feel like you're powerless. You actually feel a little empty inside. And the reality is it's kind of true. But here's the thing. When you're coming into this meditative state, and this is one of the things that I did that helped me a lot, your sacral chakra, okay? It's very weak. When you're somebody who is codependent, your root and your sacral chakra are really weak. But you harbor a lot of your power in your sacral chakra. So what helped me a lot was doing I'm not going to rant y'all head off. I'm going to link exactly what's going to help y'all in this process in the description box. I'm going to give you the tea as to what it is that I learned from myself. Mind blowing. Then after you do that, scroll a little bit further. Actually, I'll link both. I'll link the codependent, and I'll also link the narcissist. Codependency, and I'll try to find her narcissist video as well. I want you all to watch both of them and see how much of an eye-opener it is. I will say one thing. She gives you a lighter take on the narcissist, because she does kind of identify everything at a soul level. But the biggest thing that has to be understood about a narcissist, still take the information she gives you on the narcissist, but the reality of the situation, I feel like she doesn't touch on enough that narcissists are people that they have to want the help. They have to see something is wrong within themselves for there to even be a chance for because what she does is she'll break down traumas to people, where it stems from, what chakras are blocked, what chakras are blocked or really or overly too expansive or open with these two particular narcissists and the codependent person. She'll highlight those things, but then she'll also give you the tips to heal it. And then us as natural codependent people, you'll start to get this glimmer of hope of, well, there is a chance to heal them. The only chance to heal or help this person is if they actually want the help, or if they actually see, first of all, they have to see that there's something wrong with themselves first. And when it comes to a narcissist, the chances of that are slim to none. That's all I'm going to say. I'm going to leave it at that. I'll give you the textbook definition of this, and I'm going to close out the reading. I didn't expect for it to be this long. But unfortunately, when spirit's moving through me, I can't cut it off. And this is such a powerful message and such a really big topic, because there's a lot of people in these codependent narcissist relationships, empath narcissist relationships, and there needs to be some awareness brought to it. So anyway, let's go to Hermit and close this thing on out. And if this resonated with you, please just like, comment, and subscribe. Or even if it didn't. If you just want to energetically donate back to my channel, a like, a comment, a subscribe means the absolute world to me. Trust me, I appreciate it so, so much. More than you guys will ever understand. 38. So, it says return Bro, it doesn't say that. This is why I'm supposed to have my glasses on, but I'm not going upstairs to get them. It says retreat and recharge. Take time to rest and recuperate in order to continue your growth. Benefit from the information that will come directly from your heart space. The Hermit card is one of solitude and meditation. It represents your capacity to go within and arrive at the cave of your heart. Many of the answers to your problems lie within. Look inside yourself. Yeah, it's just like it's all following up. But anyway, it says many of the answers to your problems lie within. And if you don't take the time to connect with yourself and feel comfortable alone, you won't be able to hear the messages that are arising up inside you. And I understand how hard that can be as somebody who fears abandonment. When you fear abandonment, being alone does kind of feel like being abandoned, even if you made the decision to walk away from this person. You know, this is what your spirit guides want for you. This is what your divine ancestors want for you. And they're never going to tell you nothing wrong. I'm just going to be real with you. It says the cross-legged meditation position of the cave-dwelling sadhu on the card is an invitation to harness the power of your meditation practice. The Sri Yantra symbol behind him represents the union of masculine and feminine energies, hence supports from Mother, Father, God. Extended message. It says you've been working hard and giving your all to your current situation, and it may become draining and detrimental to your development unless you retreat and recharge your energies. So you're being guided to take a step back at this time. If you're working on bringing something together, your over-involvement could impede the process, so retreat and breathe. If you have something to say or do that could have a larger impact on your life, spend some time in deep thought, even contemplation, before moving forward. Often when we rush in, we don't see how destructive our actions can be, so meditate and listen to your soul's wisdom before proceeding further. Ashe. So, collective, this has been your reading. I hope that this resonated. I hope that this helps. I'm going to make sure that I link those 2 videos in the description box below. But until next time, peace out and love and light.